Good morning. It is Thursday, September 4th, 2025. This is the Animal Issues Committee meeting. We're live at City Hall Commissioners Room, second floor. My name is Mayor Stan Mills. I'm the acting chair for this committee today. And I'd like to call this meeting to order at exactly 9 o'clock a.m. We'll take a roll call. I'll just cite names for save time, so we don't have a lengthy meeting. Marcia Maldies is here, Deb Ward is here, Tim Bennett is here, and Melissa Riesco is here. Thank you for, in the audience is Commissioner Mark Saunders. Thank you for being here, Mark. You may know that the Board of Commissioners debated and discussed committee structure for over a year. And the Board of Commissioners decided on sunsetting 5 of the then current advisory committees, including this one. What they did eventually is to merge the Trees and Green Infrastructure Committee with the Environment Committee into a single committee under the environmental title. They also merged the Animal Issues, Street and Transportation, Boardwalk and Beach Committee into a single committee under the mission of public safety. Essentially, they merged the missions of the committees because obviously they didn't merge the physical committees. Unfortunately, sunsetting means termination. And so all members, unfortunately, lose membership on this committee and the other committees. But we'll remind you to consider applying for membership on the new committees. There'll be a new application process, and the details for applying will be furnished in the near future. So the purpose of this meeting is to sunset the committee as mandated by the Board of Commissioners. Requirements for Freedom of Information Act is that all public meetings have minutes taken and that those minutes are approved. So the focus of this meeting today is to approve 2 sets of minutes. One set of minutes for the last committee meeting held April 4th, 2023, and one for today's meeting. We'll begin business. We're going to start with approval of the minutes of the meeting held on April 4th, 2023. I want to remind that anybody can vote even if you are not present at that meeting. And I'll start off with asking, are there any corrections?
No.
If not, then I would entertain a motion to approve the Animal Issues meeting minutes of April 4th, 2023 as presented.
Move to approve.
Second.
We have a motion by Marcia Maldies and a second by Tim Bennett to approve the minutes of the Animal Issues meeting held on April 4th, 2023. Is there any further discussion?
No.
If not, all those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
And those opposed? None. And so the motion passes unanimously. Thank you very much. With that, we're going to move right on to, there is no old business. There is no new business. Do we have any committee member comments?
I have one.
Tim Bennett, yes, sir.
Yes. First, I'd like to thank publicly the members of the committee for their work. I think we did particularly get the dog waste bag stations put in. And though we talked a lot about a dog park, I think we have better enforcement on the beach, but that's something that the new committee will tackle. The one thing I would want to mention is that one piece of unfinished business, and we had talked with folks at the Beach and Boardwalk Committee, was to simplify the dates that dogs are allowed on the boardwalk to make them correspond with our parking season and our bikes on the boardwalk. So right now, there's about a 15-day difference between them both. And we just thought as a season, or as Rehoboth has a season, that we should have it consistent. So it should be May 15th through September 15th, rather than the way it is currently, which is, I believe, May 1st through September 30th. So with the new committee structure, Mayor, I would hope that they could bring that up as unfinished business from our group.
Very good. And we have Commissioner Mark Saunders here. We'll get to him in a minute, and he actually is going to address some of that. Anybody else have anything? committee member comment. I also want to thank everybody here for your time and efforts, and also thank former Commissioner Tim Bennett for chairing that committee. They put a lot of work into stuff. With that, we'll move right into citizen comment. Commissioner Saunders, introduce yourself.
Saunders at 255 Country Club Drive, Rehoboth Beach. Thank you. I want to second what Stan just said and thank the committee. I've just been looking over some of the work that you've done. I got all of the last minutes, and the minutes are available at any rate, and the agendas for your last couple of meetings, and everybody else was one page, you were 6. So you were doing quite a bit of work. And good news, Mr. Bennett, we just had an election, and we have 2 new commissioners. They're both animal people. Susan Stewart has 2 cats, and Chris Galante has a nice little yellow lab named Honey. You've probably seen him in the streets. So we have 2 more on our side. So just so you know. The real reason I wanted to be here is I want to let you know that I do have all the minutes, and I will be sharing them with our committee once our committee is formed. And the things that you have been working on are not going to be just dropped. We're going to add those to the items that the other 2 committees had been working on and make ourselves a list, and then try to prioritize that list best we can. We obviously can't work on everything, in our first couple of meetings, but we are certainly going to look at everything and then find out what we can work on and what the committee decides is the most priority. And we'll be getting into that sometime, hopefully in October, and hopefully we'll be up and running before this winter is off.
And I don't know that we formally established it, but they can probably assume from your conversation, you are the chair of the new.
Well, we'll know Monday when the commissioners vote. But I'm the only one that, raised my hand for that, I guess. So
Yes.
at any rate, I guess I will.
Very
be.
good.
But I don't have a committee set up as of yet. Our new structure calls us to have at least 7 members, no more than 9 members. And I would love to have some representation from this former committee, from the Animal Committee. So I'm going to ask that if any of you folks would be interested in being on the new committee, there'll soon be an application available as a drop-down on the website. Even though I know most of you, technically you still have to go through the formality of applying for that. And the mayor, of course, makes the final decision. But I think the fact that you've been on these committees gives you priority. As a matter of fact, I know it does, because I think we wrote that right into our charter, if you will, that the former members of the other committees would get priority if there are more applicants than there are seats available. So I would encourage any of you that wants to keep going with the animal issues and willing to also look at the streets and the safety factors to, by all means, fill out the application. And like I say, we'd love to have some of you on our new committee. So again, thank you.
Thank you,
and
Commissioner.
see you soon.
Thank you. Excuse me. With that, we're going to move on to the next item of business, and that's approval of minutes for the meeting held September 4th, 2025. That is this very meeting. And what I'd like to do is do something slightly a little different. If you would look at your agendas, I drafted a motion. Actually, the city solicitor helped me with this. If you would read that there, and if you would consider having myself and the city secretary finalize the minutes for today and approve them, then that'll make things go a little quicker.
I'll motion to approve.
Okay, go ahead and read that for those that are listening in.
Okay. Animal Issues Committee, draft motion for consideration during meeting to address approval of minutes for the September 4th committee meeting. I move that the committee hereby authorizes the acting chair in consultation with city secretary and WOMAC to review and approve the minutes of this final meeting for the record.
Do we have a second? Second. We have a motion. We have a motion by Deb Ward and a second by Tim Bennett, moving that the committee authorizes acting chair with the city secretary to review and approve the minutes of this final meeting for the record. Is there any further discussion? If not, all those in favor of the motion up here signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Those opposed, and the motion's carried unanimously. With that, there is no further business, and so I adjourn the meeting, which automatically sunsets this committee, again, at the direction of the board.